Hello everybody, welcome to NetMercur. I am joined by my friend Hideaki, but unfortunately we are not connected on chat. We're going to be playing some Ag Infusion versus some Kit Peddler. Good luck, have fun, Hideaki. I'm going to be keeping my hand. I've got a hedge fund and 2 pieces of ice. Hard to say no to that. Draw a celebrity gift. Things are looking great here. I'm going to go ahead and play the celebrity gift. And I'll follow that up with an install on R&D. Going to go with the Lancelot on R&D here. Kit's obviously going to mess things up a lot. Interesting, a Temujin contract comes down on HQ. Hideaki knows there's no agendas here, nothing to trash. So he isn't going for accesses, just wants some money at the beginning of the game. Makes a lot of sense. Hideaki with Temujin double Dirty Laundry out of Kit on the first turn. Seems real good. I draw into a second Galahad. I'm going to go ahead and draw. I know I've got ice that I'm pretty happy with. I will put a Galahad on HQ, play a hedge fund. I have a DNA tracker in hand. Nice strong code gate to put on the outside of most likely a central. Draw into a global food. Not looking to score agendas right now. I'll go ahead and draw for my first click. Excalibur, I feel very happy about that. I think what I'm going to do here is make a new remote and I'm going to put the DNA tracker on the outside. Kit, I think, is really going to limit the impact of my Ag Infusion ID. I'm going to hold off on rezzing this Galahad here. Ag Infusion wanting to use unrezzed ice to throw the runner around. Kit making the first piece of ice encounter to code gate, which will allow her to break that efficiently. Hideaki draws some cards, makes a few runs, and mods out an RDI. Modded, not a card you see all the time. And I'm going to go for the score here. I do have enough credits for both pieces of ice and my agenda. Hopefully I won't have to res 10 credits worth of ice. That'll leave my centrals poor for at least a few turns. Fortunately, I do have 2 Grails in Merlin and Excalibur to apply an extra bit of tax. Hideaki draws twice, thinking, plays the 3rd Dirty Laundry. I will not res. As this game opens up, Hideaki with 29 credits, and I am going to score a global food. 3 points to 29 credits. This imbalance is one of the things that I really like about Netrunner, how a very simple expression like that, 3 points to 29 credits, actually means quite a lot. I'm going to drop this just drawn Nisei Mark II into a remote. Hopefully Hideaki will think that's an upgrade, don't have to deal with it right now. Does decide to go ahead and run it. DNA tracker should cost around 10 credits at least. Fires everything here. So instead of pulling out a breaker, Hideaki lets me suck 6 credits away and trash an egret, a scavenge, and a symmetrical visage. Seems pretty good. I will res this Galahad and I will reveal a Lancelot and a Merlin. Wow. Very impressive work. I feel like I'm in somewhat of an awkward spot here. This Galahad is totally worthless. This DNA tracker is not in the best spot. And I need credits. I'll go ahead and click 3 times for credits and throw away Friends in High Places. Not enough in my archives to get back. Hideaki opens their turn up with a Diesel and a Sure Gamble. Installs Laguna Vascalo District. Going to be drawing some cards over the next couple of turns. Draw into a Galahad. Very welcome card at this point. I'm going to click twice for credits and install the Galahad in front of the DNA tracker. I'll have to get a third piece of ice out in front of the Galahad to prevent Kit from breaking with the Yog. Again, Hideaki opens up with a Diesel and a Laguna Vascal District. Very strong. Very strong plays. I'm going to click twice. I'd like to be able to play this restructure next turn. And so I will install a... I think I will install... I'm going to install this Excalibur on Archives. My centrals are looking very porous. I do manage to pull off a restructure. And I think I'm going to try to score a sales team here rather shortly. Hideaki did get set up very quickly. Apparently missing one card or the other. Thinking about my turn here. What is up, NetJoggin? Right now I'm wondering what the best way to protect this Galahad from Kit is going to be. I think it's going to be install a Caprice in this server and install this Merlin in front of it. NetJogging, Hideaki unfortunately wasn't able to join me over voice chat. Ooh, dedicated processor comes down on the Yog. Whoa. Dedicated processor Yog, a combo with obviously a lot of potential. He is. I've been playing Netrunner with Hideaki for about as long as I've been playing it in the city. I think I'm going to let him come in here and just break this DNA tracker. Yeah, I think you've met him, probably. I will res this Caprice Nice, though. And I'm going to bid 0 here. Yep. I think that this deck is has got a lot of potential. Let's put it that way. I think I'm going to try to score this sales team here. Should I friends back the Caprice? I don't think so. I'm just going to gain a credit. What are your thoughts on this deck, NetJoggin? Hideaki coming in with a Maker's Eye, hoping to score potentially the game here with 3 RDIs and the Maker's Eye. The Kit deck. 2 points. Halfway there. Alright. There it is. Wow. Let's go ahead and get into the next game. He was able to get off a Temujin contract. I too have got a kit deck. Been having a lot of fun with. I like my hand a lot. Money, a self-modifying code. Seems real strong. The Foundry is a really fun ID. The ability to draw ice can help you build unique board states at the very least. Let's see here. Not bothering to defend any of his centrals, I'm going to go in with Dirty Laundry on HQ. I will trash this Ash. I'll follow that up with a Maker's Eye on R&D. Hideaki pauses there, could be a Jackson in server 1. I access an Eli, a Quandary, and Project Vitruvius points. And I'm going to install a daily cast, and I think this I'm gonna install the same old thing as my last click. Hideaki goes for a score of his own, a Project Vitruvius. I'm gonna spend my turn drawing some cards. Get a Magnum Opus, that feels very good. My next turn will also most likely involve drawing cards and dropping down at the very least the self-modifying code. Possibly the Astrolabe. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Following up with gaining a credit. Next turn, install Magnum, hit it a bunch, and we should be cooking with gas. Jackson Howard comes down on Hideaki's side of the board, draw some cards. Install Jackson, use Jackson twice. Let's see here. I am ultimately going to need some cards, so let's start off by drawing one. And there's my breaker. Don't think I'll be needing the self-modifying code for a little bit here. Install Magnum, use it twice. Back on Hideaki's side. A little bit of a pause. Hideaki going for some credits. Credit IPO. Up to 14. Still want to make sure I draw some cards at least every turn. That's a habit I've gotten into, is not doing that, particularly with this deck. Astrolabe not going to help me, so I will draw again. The Diesel will be good next turn, Magnum twice. Hideaki uses Jackson before the draw, gets back IPO, Hedge Fund, and Ash. Looks like Hideaki's going for another score. In that case, I'm going to drop my Inversicator, not use my self-modifying code, use Magnum 2 times, and then run server 1. Inversificator does a lot of work with Kit's ability. allowing me to safely get through 2 pieces of ice. Hideaki reminding me that the subs on Lancelot stack, let's see here, one printed sub, I think I only need to break I think I only need to break 3 trash program subs. I'll go back up a credit. Hopefully I didn't get burned here, running something I didn't need to. Ooh, there's a beta test. Feels good. What is up, Jay Sharkness? Good to see you, man. Hideaki trashing the piece of ice in front of their remote, installing a new ice and installing in the remote. I'm going to open up with a diesel. I'm going to use Magnum Opus. I'm going to sure gamble. Will I run the Maker's Eye? No, I think not. I think instead I'm going to drop a Beth, Kilrain, Chang, and wait till next turn to run that Maker's Eye. Hideaki goes in for another score. Will he trigger? He does. Hideaki scores an ABT, fires the ability, and we will wait for some ice to come out. Potential whiff here. Oh. Looks like Hideaki scored a Galahad. Question here is if I will be able to win on R&D with an Inversicator and Maker's Eyes and same old things for those Maker's Eyes. Hideaki had 7 credits. Let's go ahead and draw. Careful planning, feel pretty happy about that. I will Magnum 2 times Maker's Eye. I have been having a absolute ton of fun with Inversicator. Will I Inversicate? I think I will. Move this Eli over inside of the remote, allowing me to click through there should I need to run on that. And before the run's successful, I'm going to grab an Equivocation. Successful run, reveal the top card of R&D. Yes, the Corp can draw that Quandary. I will access elective upgrades for the game. See if Hideaki is down for a few more games. Make it a new table. wonder how many times I'm going to misspell Hideaki. Let's see. Gonna go with a deck that honors the commander-in-chief of our country because I'm aiming to give people tiny hands. Looks like I won't be having trouble with a Fenris and a self-destruct chip in my opening hand, which I'm going to keep. Smoke. I played Hideaki at Nationals against his smoke deck, and it did a lot of work. Runs a Desperado probably in this build. Alright. Got a pretty straightforward turn here. I'm going to ice R&D with a Fenris, gain a credit, and put a new remote down for the self-destruct chips. Next turn. I would like to draw into some econ before I try to score. Desperado coming down on Hideaki's side of the board. Still no econ. Let's install in server 1. Let's gain a credit, and let's also install a new piece of ice. This next bronze on HQ. I don't want to draw into a card and have to discard something when I score the self-destruct chips. Hideaki drawn 2 cards on their turn, gaining a credit and installing a Beth. Feels real good to bring Hideaki down to 3 cards in hand. Hopefully that will slow him down enough. Hideaki draws a card, gains 2 credits, plays Sure Gamble. A simple turn. I'm going to drop a black level clearance into my remote, and I will gain 2 credits. Dagger comes down, going to neutralize the Fenris. Unfortunately, it will not be getting rezzed this game. Lateral Growth, very good card. One of the nice things about it in this context is it'll let me get 2 cards out of my hand with 1 click. So I'm going to draw for my first click. I will install this ABT in my remote, and I will Lateral Growth a next gold onto R&D for my last click. Hideaki goes in for another Sure Gamble, 2 card draws, and installing a Cloak. And I pick up 2 points on an ABT. I will not be firing. Hideaki trying to draw for an SMC, instead getting a same old thing and discarding a feedback filter. I wonder if that could be a mistake. Unfortunately, just shy of being able to play this IPO. I will, for my last click, I don't feel like using this preemptive action. Last click, I'm going to discard this reclamation order. Doesn't feel great. Ooh. Hideaki getting a Temujin contract down, targeting archives. I will draw a card, get a snare. I'm going to lateral growth the snare out into server 1 and play IPO as my last click. Server 1, not where I'd like the snare, but potentially, ooh, he's going for it. I will, I'm going to res the black level instead of the ice. Blackstone breaks the next silver very effectively, especially when the next silver is just going to have one piece of ice. Hideaki lets me draw a card, comes back in. Looks like we got him. Double neural. Fire the snare. And here we go. Let's jump into one more game, maybe a few more games. My runners right now have been Kit and Geist, so we will see how this turns out. Definitely positive to see Tech Trader and Temujin Contract in my opening hand. I'm going to keep it. With Temujin Contract on the most wanted list, I had to cut out Street Peddlers from this Geist list, but I feel like it was the right decision. Temujin Contractor giving a larger total volume of credits over the course of the game. Or not over the course of the game, just as a card, gives more resources than Street Peddler. Oh boy. I think I'm going to Temujin Contract HQ and then Siphon HQ. Feels pretty good. Not totally great, but okay. There's the potential that I'll be able to get a few more credits out of HQ over the next couple of turns. Hideaki throwing down a Jackson and icing HQ after drawing with Jackson. Let's go ahead and run HQ, see what that ice is. It is a vanilla. Let's check R&D then. Trash assembly lines. Sure, I'll trash an assembly lines. Powerful card. Go back into R&D. A Sand City Grid. Yeah, I think I have to trash that. I will run R&D one last time. Accessing a vanilla. Hideaki icing R&D, likely to be the vanilla there. I'm going to go ahead and lead with a tech trader into a sports hopper. Going to use the sports hopper, get some credits. I will install a spy camera, and I will install a spike. Next turn for me looks like potentially install same old thing, use same old thing for the siphon. Going up by a few resources on the tech trader and the Geist ability. At least that's if no ice comes down on R&D. Hideaki goes for a score. Goes for an accelerated beta test. Will he test? He does. Looks like he gets nothing. Let's see here. I still feel like, well, no, I can't save it. Let's run archives, see where that gets us. Goes ahead, uses the Jackson. Let's see what's on the top of R&D. Hey, it's an AVT. Let's go try to get that. Kaflam. Last click, I'm gonna draw. At the moment, don't have any good ways to get this Temujin money out. But I do have a real traditional fractor in the deck. One change that I have been meaning to make is slotting in a sneak door. Let me drop this Cyberdex Virus Suite on the top there. Let's see here. I'm going to draw a card. Temujin Contract, not particularly helpful. I'm going to follow that up with an Employee Strike and an Airman Roan. Jeeves Bioroid comes out for Hideaki. Goes ahead and gains 3 credits and installs a piece of ice on HQ. Smart move. I'll begin my turn by drawing. Another tech trader feels real nice. I'll draw again. Shiv seems good. I'll install the Shiv and I will install the Spike. Oof, Friends in High Places coming down to pull out the Sansan City Grid, which I had gotten rid of earlier, and an advanced assembly lines, making some money. I'm gonna draw a card. Hit a Fall Guy, seems good. I'll gain a credit, install a second Tech Trader, and pass the turn. Hideaki with a Sansan City Grid on the board, unrezzed. Uses a lateral growth. Uses a shipment from Sansan. Here we go. Got a lot of stuff that I'm just not able to deal with at the moment. Count Siphon's just dead in my hand. I will drop a Tech Trader and gain a credit. I think I've let this game get away from me here. Really regretting the Temujin contract early on HQ. Even if it is a bad matchup net jogging, I've misplayed it undoubtedly. This, in particular, the Temujin, could have gone almost anywhere else. I'm going to drop another one down. We'll call it server... Oof, this is scary. We'll call it server 7, where the Jeeves is. Hideki is starting their turn. Res a Bioroid work crew. Whoa! Let's see. Bioroid work crew. Looks like Hideki's going to go for a global food here. Oh, no, it's just another ABT. And draws a card. Pretty much forced here to get the rest of my Temujin credits, trash the Jeeves, and run the Sansan server 8. Trash that as well. Last click. Run server 3, hope it's no shenanigans. Another Bioroid work crew. I'm going to go ahead and trash it. Dangerous card that could get me into a lot of trouble. Let's see what's in server 12. An architect. Ah, oh, fucking Christ. Architect basically gonna do pretty significant work for Hideaki here. I'm not sure if he's fired the second subroutine. A Jeeves that I can't trash. It could be that he just hasn't gotten a hold of the moons. It's almost certainly in his deck. And I just get wrecked. Gonna go ahead and continue playing this game out. Let's see, I'm gonna trash an installed card. Trash my same old thing. Let's see here. Hopefully that spy cam is gonna do something good for me. Ooh, top card is a global food initiative. No reason not to go pick that up. And I've got to discard. Looks like it's going to be this employee strike and this crowbar. Hideaki reses the Jeeves, installs a card, plays a subliminal, plays shipment, gets the extra click, goes in for the last few points. Oof, not my best work by any means. Gonna go ahead and grab one more game. This time I think I'm gonna corporate Got a blue sun deck. This hand doesn't seem great, so I'll mulligan. This one seems somewhat better. Two agendas, suboptimal. Jackson Howard, very good. Hedge fund, very good. Got a few plays here. Let's go ahead and start with the hedge fund. Let's put the mausolus down on HQ and let's gain credit. A Temujin contract coming down. Click 1. No luck on the Maker's Eye for Hideaki. Goes back in for some money though. I'm going to drop the Jackson, draw 2 cards. And I'm going to draw 2 cards again. Discarding a fair amount of fluff. If Hideaki runs R&D, which he most certainly will, I will use the Jackson. Don't want to change up his accesses. Going to get back the 2 agendas and the hedge fund I played, leave the consulting visit in the bin. I'm going to hedge fund. I'm going to draw mid-season's replacements. Feels really good. And I'm going to put a Colossus on R&D. Hideaki opening up his turn with some draws and an Astrolabe. Seems very strong. Draw another Jackson Howard. Gonna go ahead and use him. Draw some cards. Rounding things off with a with a restructure. Hideaki throws down Diesel, gets 3 cards. Comes in with a sure gamble, bringing them up to 12 credits. And a Yog comes down. And dedicated processor right on the Yog. Maker's Eye. I'm going to go no res here. If he pulls agendas, it seems real bad for him. Trashes a boom. Trashes 2 booms, in fact. Yeah, that's correct. 2 booms gone. I am setting up for this oversight AI on this curtain wall. Nothing important in the bin there. Perhaps intimidating to see all 3 consulting visits. Hideaki gets off the start of another Temujin contract. Very powerful. I would really like to draw a piece of ice with this Jackson draw, which I do. We will drop that on archives, and we will curtain wall that. I'm going to toss back this project atlas. I'd rather score the sales team for the credits. Hideaki drops an egret on curtain wall. Very strong card out of Kit. I'll go ahead and use the Jackson Howard. It looks like my OAI has left the game, unfortunately. Gonna draw a card. Ooh, not good. I am gonna drop the atlas into archives. This sales judge seems potentially very useful. I really would like to get a new piece of ice, though. Ooh, drawn more agendas, not helpful. I do have this Chiashi. I'm gonna draw. Fuck. I'm gonna grab the Chiashi and stick it over the judge. Dropping a film critic seems like a mistake here. Perhaps he's got another one in his hand. I'm going to put an Oak Town in server 2 and advance it twice. Don't actually have money for both of these cards. That's actually a blunder on my part. And I'm gonna advance one last time, score it, and I'll drop the Colossus. The Yog is back in action. So I will be needing a third piece of ice. There it is. Let's go ahead and get that on server 2. I will be needing, let's see, 17 plus 6 is 23 credits. Dirty Laundry into Archives from Hideaki. Going in with a Maker's Eye. Gonna let him in. I need to conserve my cash. Actually, hold on. No, I don't. But does it do anything? No, it doesn't do much. Yeah, let him in. Okay, now I can finally go for a second score and potentially tax Hideaki out here. I've got a lot of agendas in my hand. I'm gonna count on R&D here. Mistake, apparently. Hard to tell. This could be the last turn here. Oh, apparently another RDI coming down. Hideaki whiffs on the agendas, probably starting to wonder if he'll be able to make it in, and if I'll be able to res all of this ice. Pops the egret. Boosts Yog up into strength. Breaks the subs. And this hive is going to keep him out. I will Blue Sun the Chiashi back to my hand. And Orion. So we draw. Gonna go ahead and score the Oak Town. Really need my second global food here, and also need a way to set up a server that I don't think Hideaki will be able to get into. And also need to protect R&D. I think protecting R&D right now is the most important thing, especially since that's where my win's likely to come from. This could be it, though. Oof, another whiff on a dirty laundry. Getting the hive back feels like the right play to me. Could be wrong. It's only got one sub at this point. Doing a little bit of thinking on my end of things. Still in the think tank on my end, trying to figure out what the best way to reposition everything is. One levy has come down, so an SMC can get an egret. That would be pretty devastating. I need to have some hard in the runs. I'm going to drop one hive on R&D and gain 2 credits. Next turn, I'm going to pull back this Colossus, and then I'm going to start building a new server with a Chiashi at the bottom, followed by an Orion. I will res this hive, eating up the kit ability, and then this Colossus, forcing an egret, and if I can live through this, which I probably can't, accessing six cards is really good. I'll have another chance to put Hideaki on the back foot, but fingers crossed. 2 cards down, 3 cards down. A sapper fires. Oh my gosh. Amazingly, a sapper comes out of our deck. Sacrificial clone is there to get Hideaki out of the jam. Good to know that the sapper's coming up. I think Hideaki's gotten wise to the fact that the agendas are in HQ. Colossus comes back to hand and back out in front of the hive. New sacrificial construct comes down. I'll go ahead and res this Mausoleus. I'd like to keep Hideaki out as long as possible. Gets in for 2. Accesses an Orion. I'll blue sun back my remote Colossus. My remote Colossus. And I'll drop a Chiashi on a new remote. I will also drop an Orion in front of it. Goodness, 27 credits worth of ice. Last click I will gain a credit. Smooching contract comes down on HQ. Hits a curtain wall. Hits the curtain wall again. I've got to think that Hideaki's holding back a self-modifying code or a clone chip to get an E-grant. Feel fairly good about this OAI. Let's see, if I install this curtain wall in front of the Orion, I certainly won't have enough credits to res them now. What about this Colossus? Nope, not quite enough, so Colossus is out of here. Hideaki starts off their turn with a Diesel first click and a double draw off Laguna Vascal District. Plays a sure gamble, runs on HQ for their last click. Excuse me, for their third click. Their fourth click, 1 remaining because of Beth. Gets the Project Atlas, and there's the game. Whew. I like Hideaki's deck too. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out in the chat, and thanks especially to NetJoggin and to Jay Sharkness, and I will catch everybody next week. Talk to you later.